Wi-Fi when I was in Anaheim, and it was so irritating because like this problem would happen. I'd be doing streams, and I'd get cut out every once in a while. I'm like, dude, like,
I've heard of Wi-Fi before.
oh, I don't like it. My stupid router's over there. I can't bring it over here. It doesn't. It loses signal if it's right there. It makes me angry.
Just like plug everything in always.
It has one port, but my printer's plugged into it. Does that count? Oh man! All right, so
hi, welcome to True 4K Complainathon. Apparently it's episode 4 because that's how often we do this thing. Our like fortnightly, sometimes trash podcast that is about video games. I think.
What is a video game?
I don't know. We missed like the past. I mean, we missed technically one episode, but it feels like it's been like a month because it kind of has. But yeah, so hi.
We ended up having to take a week off, and like nothing had happened. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like.
And then everything happened, and we're like, oh
yeah,
no.
Everything just happened this week because we got Gamescom. Gamescom's not even over, right? Gamescom like ends Saturday, I think.
I think Gamescom ends over the weekend because I'm 90% certain they have like a public day.
Maybe we'll have breaking news right here on this very podcast.
Can we just go to Gamescom? I'll pick you up, Justin
isn't it
and
like
Janet.
Germany or something?
I will pick both of you up and take you to the airport and just leave you there.
Oh, okay.
We can swim to Germany, I'm down.
I mean, my aunt lives somewhere in Germany.
Perfect, she can pick us up.
Cool.
Once we swim over to the coast.
Today we're joined by a special guest, the most goth birthday cake ever.
Isn't it amazing?
Cake. I love it. It's the best.
I don't know if I'd say it's goth so much as just very stylish.
Pretty goth. It's got like a spider web on it.
Yeah, you can't get more goth than that. Let's be real.
But like Death Stranding is going to be garbage, right?
Yeah, but goth
Probably.
garbage.
Like I keep having to explain to my fiance. He's like, Death Stranding isn't going to be good. I'm like, of course not.
I can't wait. I'm gonna love it and hate it. Death Stranding
is going to be to Metal Gear fans what Twin Peaks: The Return is to casual Twin Peaks fans.
Oh boy!
You're getting.
Wait, they brought back Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a big thing.
It started airing in like May. It's real weird though, because like Showtime basically gave David Lynch whatever he wanted to do it, and Sony is giving Kojima whatever he wants to do it, and it is going to. Like, Twin Peaks: The Return has weeded out casual Twin Peaks fans real hard. Mm-hmm. And I entirely expect Death Stranding to do the same.
Yeah.
And he's like, but doesn't Sony need to recoup costs? I'm like, I don't think they care.
At this point.
If they cared, they wouldn't let this just be some weird fan fiction about all of Kojima's friends.
Right. Like, every time I see an article just mentioning Death Stranding, it's just the wildest things. Like,
I love that story.
He's gonna change the entire concept of what a video game is.
Oh no.
He's gonna make a playable cutscene.
I can't wait.
I'm down.
It have nothing to do with the trailers he released, because of course it won't.
Good.
It is actually a game about flowers and trees. Oh
it's
God,
actually, dude, it's actually the next Katamari Damacy game, but
good.
Like covering it up as this great like other experience. I mean, I'd laugh and I'd probably play the heck out of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he made a Katamari game?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Like half the game would be a cutscene. I don't know if that would be good in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, the Zone of Enders games weren't that cutscene.
But he's gotten more cutscene oriented as the years go by.
It's true. And when was the last Zone of the Enders we've had?
It's true. It's been a lot.
I mean, he said so many times that he wants to make movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the cutscenes in 4 made way more sense than the cutscenes in 5.
Nice. Someday we'll play 5 and know what you're talking about.
You really shouldn't. Actually, I mean, you should. It does have, hands down, some of the best gameplay in the series. But also...
It has some good storytelling. I'm kind of...
I mean, for what I've come to know Metal Gear 4 and what I've grown to love Metal Gear 4, 5 is barely a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
It's true.
But there were some elements of it that I was like, oh, I like that. But for the most part, it's a very...
That entire car ride with the one guy
yeah.
was so dumb. It was over in like a minute, but you still had to ride around. So you're just sitting awkwardly in the car with him.
That felt like one of the most Kojima moments in that entire game. I was like, of course. Of course he would.
Great.
I actually recently watched one of the deleted missions. The one where
you fight the kids?
Yeah.
Fighting the kids.
With all the sort of semi-animated cutscenes and stuff. There's so much that got left out of that story that was so important. But
the stuff that could have been there would have been so good.
Yeah.
And would have strengthened the story so much.
And I mean, Kipu, I assume you haven't heard about, like, the big thing that's like...
what big thing?
You
mean
the twist that...
Janet spoiled it for me, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Didn't you ask
What? No,
Did
I
I
didn't ask you. You showed me the figure, and I was like, oh, shit. All right. You showed me the figure you have, and then I looked up the figure, and then it said in the description, I was like, oh.
Oh.
So I'm blaming you, because I wouldn't have looked up the figure if I...
No, I understand. Blame me, yes. But man, that's a messed up thing to put in a figure description.
But yeah,
But I kind of figured that was going to happen anyways, like, knowing the whole story, I mean...
Like, the way it was revealed and the way it played out was not good.
Oh, really?
But I think that, like, the implications of, like, that happening were so strong, or could have been so strong to, like, cement Big Boss as a villain, since this whole time he's been a hero. But then instead it's just like, oh, by the way...
Well, no.
Oh, what?
Kojima is never going to let Precious Boy Big Boss actually be the bad guy.
Yeah. And I'm going to be 100% honest, based off of everything that conspired in MGS 3 and 4, I actually kind of figured that's the direction he was going in anyways. Like, and 2, actually, especially with the Solidus story, I was like, there's something fishy about it, because I played them all back-to-back, honestly. So, like, I was like, there's something really fishy about this, and then going back and playing the original Metal Gears, I was like, no, I don't think so, guys. And so it kind of made sense that it happened that way, honestly.
I'm wondering if it was in order to take out the plot hole between Metal Gear 1 and 2, or if it was actually in order to make Big Boss a villain.
I honestly don't think it was the plot hole thing, because before 5 released, Kojima straight up said, I've been making this franchise for like 25 years, and I don't remember some of the story points.
Yeah, that's fair.
So definitely covering a plot hole.
I mean, I think it's kind of a major one when it's like, this guy died, but in the next game he's not.
Like, for covering and backtracking and fixing a plot hole, it works.
Yeah.
The way it was handled was not great.
Yeah. There should have been at least, like, more clues for you to be able to try and figure it out yourself. If it was going to be such a late reveal.
I remember before the game launched, I was out on a field assignment, so I had a lot of downtime, and I was reading stuff, and people were talking about spoilers for the game. I'm like, oh my god, if this is true, this is going to be the best. This is a Kojima thing.
Nice. Then, lo and behold...
Oh, and my coworker that was with me, he's like, you don't think that would actually be true? I'm like, have you met Kojima?
Or played any of his games? I mean...
Played it? Not only do I think it's true, I think it's not far enough.
Nice.
I mean, all things considered.
But yeah, and then there was just like... I felt like Ocelot was really poorly done in this one. He didn't feel like Ocelot as, like... He just seemed like off. I don't know. I was like, that doesn't feel like the same character to me. The fact that you're fighting Vol'jin for half the game, totally pointless. There was no reason for that to be Vol'jin. And then, I mean, obviously the fact that all the stuff at the end just got cut out. Like,
Yeah, like, yeah.
It could have been a good game. I think it's still worth playing.
I mean, it got Game of the Year awards. Plenty of people loved it.
Kojima's
That's
name
why I'm
was on
kind of.
it.
Well,
I mean,
hands down, the gameplay in it and the game mechanics in it are very good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty tight. They were fairly polished. They worked. It's hands down the best Metal Gear Solid gameplay.
Yeah.
The story was not great. Plot points were bad. A lot of things felt weirdly shoehorned in. The episode structure made no sense. This open-ish world was kind of dumb.
Wait, they kept an episode structure like the portable games? Really?
Except it didn't make sense, because like in the portable games, as you played through the episode, you were kind of taking over Cuba, and it made sense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
This one, like, you're constantly switching back and forth between places. It makes no sense.
Mm.
The episode structure made no... Especially because, like, one of the ways you could, like, finish out an episode was just running as fast as you could out of the zone. Drop my horse. I'll get out of here.
Great. Seems legit. Oh, no. Well, that's too bad. Like I said, I'll still play it. I love the series very much. And even if it's the weakest link in the series, I'm sure I'll love it. I have no doubt about it.
It's hard to say it's the weakest link, because, I mean, like, gameplay-wise, it's got to be the strongest link. But
yeah.
Story-wise, it's just...
Does it have the same kind of interesting options for approaching problems in the same way that, like, 3 did, for example? Then it's not, then it's weakest link to me. Then that and the story are what matter to me the most in this series.
Like,
honestly.
Everything that made the Metal Gear Solid franchise fun and really interesting and really unique was taken out.
Yeah. For the idea of an open world stealth game, it's amazing. But if you're comparing it to, like, past Metal Gears, it's really hard to, like...
Like, if you take it as a standalone game and just ignore the story, you've got a pretty good stealth-ish game. But... Ugh.
It's too bad.
Just play it. Play Ground Zeroes first, and then...
Oh, whoa!
I played Ground Zeroes. I played everything except for that in the whole franchise, actually.
Whoa, speaking of, like, huge announcements, Q Games just announced a new Pixel Junk game.
Oh, really? What's it called? Did they release the title?
Hungry, and it's VR.
Oh, that could be fun, actually.
Yeah, sweet. So, Q Games is based in Japan. The Pixel Junk series is really good. Pixel Junk Monsters is available on, like, everything, and you should buy it because it's one of the greatest tower defense games ever made. The rest of the games, only Racers is really bad. Everything else is actually pretty solid.
They're fun. Can't say anything beyond that.
Eden is really weird, but I really like Eden. It's like one of those good chill-out games.
So speaking of games, has anyone played any of those lately?
I'm almost done with Final Fantasy 12, but like I have no want to finish it, and all I have to do is beat the final boss.
Like literally, that's all you have left?
All I have to do is travel to the very last place, get through the last dungeon to the final boss, and be done. And I'm just like, no.
Just do it.
I know, right? It's right there. You'd be done.
Just do it. Stream it, too. You can just stream only the final boss bit. I like this story, actually.
It feels weird, though, because I've only put, like, 38 hours into the game, and I've done so much. Like, that speed boost you can enable is so good. It makes the game play so much faster, and in a game where there wasn't a separate battle screen...
Right.
Wow.
That's good. What about you, Justin?
Well, I mean, PUBG. That game has just taken so much of my time. And every time I want to sit down and play something else, I'm like, well, actually, I could just do, like, some rounds of PUBG. And it's so weird to think of it like for me like this for some reason, but I'm like that game's probably gonna end up in like my top 5 of the year for sure, top 3 maybe.
I mean,
It's good.
I don't know why. Like,
joy in it.
I've just put so much time into it. I'm like, you know what? It's really enjoyable. It's sold like over 8 million copies now. Just like I think this week or last week they were like, hey, we hit 8 million. There's the whole thing about Gamescom crates and whatever. I have some of those crates, and as soon as Gamescom's over, I'm gonna watch the prices jump up, I hope, and sell those, and I'll be good. So, we'll see. PUBG's been great. Otherwise, I just got the champion pack for Quake Champions today. People, you need to get on that.
I just spent $60 on Switch games, so I think I'm good on buying anything.
Good luck.
Right now.
Who buys Switch games?
But I'm so well. I mean, like, I have the only game systems I have access to here right now are my 3DS and Switch. So I'm like, I want something new to play, and I saw Sonic Mania, so I decided to buy some other stuff too that I've been wanting. So
something that I'm hoping they do with Quake Champions, they added a tutorial, which is cool, but I'm hoping they give more in depth because they have some like locked tutorials that are like, oh, these aren't out yet. I'm hoping they go into crazy stuff like strafe jumping and like hotkeying your weapons and a bunch of other junk like that. Because the tutorial as it is basic, like this is how you move, this is what all the weapons are. It's like, meh. I found it really funny though that there was this part in the tutorial where there's this gap. And it's like some gaps are too wide for you to jump over and you have to take a teleporter. And before I read that, I had jumped over the gap. And I was like, oh. So I have to jump back over and go through the teleporter. I'm like, no Quake, that's not how this works. Yeah, Quake Champions is shaping up to be really good. I'm glad that it's great.
I'm in love. Like, I can't. That's actually the game I'm spending most of my time with lately, outside of old games that I've been playing. The new game, that's definitely the one. Like, it's everything I wanted out of Quake 3, but didn't get. Because to me, Quake 3 just felt like Quake 2 all over again, just prettier, and I didn't really care for that. It felt like Quake 2 was trying too hard to be like Unreal Championship, actually. That's why I didn't care for it too much. And then Quake 4 was just Quake 3. It was stupid. And, like, this is great. Like, it feels like it kept the Quake, like, franchise together while doing something new and still keeping, like, that Unreal type of feel to it, which is great. Like, I'm in love. I like it.
The 2 new characters, they've added BJ Blazkowicz. His ability is for like a few seconds he dual wields whatever weapon he's holding. It's okay, I guess. I didn't really like using him that much. And then the Doomslayer, his ability is that he goes melee only for a little while and his punches do lots of damage. Which again, like, I mean, you have your little saw blade thing, so whatever. Just keep playing the Ranger. Ranger's best.
Yeah, I won't play anybody else, honestly.
Ranger is so good. There's no point to not play the Ranger. Because you can just teleport inside of people and they die. What else do you need?
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, I love it.
That was like my favorite thing to do in the first game, and the fact that that's actually a thing and an ability now, like, I'm just so happy. Like, this is great. The game is amazing. It's definitely, I hope that this brings Quake back into the big MLG scene again, because it's been missing since...
They had a tournament running today, and what I thought was really funny was I checked on Steam charts, and the game doesn't have that many players.
Is it on Steam now?
Yeah, it's on Steam if you buy the Champion Pack.
Oh, okay, so I have to wait.
Otherwise, you'll have to wait till it's full release. On Steam, it's not doing that well numbers-wise, but the tournament they were streaming at QuakeCon today had so many viewers. I think it was like 5 times the amount of people were watching as were actually playing the game. Nice. So, like, it's obviously still big-ish in the esports scene, sort of.
That's good.
But it didn't seem like that many people are actually playing it, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
It might just be because... I think the biggest thing is probably just because it's free-to-play based, that, like, I'm sure a lot of people are just like, why pay the money?
In right now? Yeah. So
yeah, exactly, so why bother?
Also got back into Heroes of the Storm recently.
Oh, nice.
Garrosh just came out. He's fun. I'm not gonna buy him though because he's expensive. And also they just announced Kel'Thuzad, so I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I've
if I didn't start playing League
for so long.
Like a loser.
Oh, League is so bad. But also, whoever, I don't know if he's out yet actually, but they recently showed off the new champion for League who looks really cool.
Oh, does he? I only have one champion, so.
Oh, good.
I mean, I literally just started. What is the one with the hat?
The one with the hat.
The top
okay.
hat. She's a girl, but like she has like.
Caitlyn. Possibly.
Yeah, there you go, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
That's the one I got.
Who is? I don't know if they. Oh, Ornn. Ornn is the new guy. He's like a big sort of. What's like Norse mythology kind of like.
Oh, is that the dwarf-looking dude, kinda?
No, he looks more like a sort of giant. He's got like big horns. He's not actually out yet. I think he's just.
Oh, I see.
He's still being.
He's on the front cover. Yeah.
Yeah, spotlighted.
He looks cool.
Yeah, his abilities look pretty fun, so I might actually get back into League for that.
Don't do it. I'm only doing it for a very specific reason, which I can't say on the podcast.
What?
I'll tell you later.
Oh no.
Secrets.
Yeah, secrets. But yeah, like I like Heroes. I'll jump back into it. That game's fun, and I think I really like how consistently they're releasing Heroes at a reasonable rate, which is great. But it's my same problem that I have with Overwatch, man. Like, I wish they would release maps at a reasonable rate too, you know? Like, they don't really have too many new maps too often. And especially for that game, like, I think it's important because it actually, each map does feel unique rather than a lot of other MOBAs where they're all
It's weird for a MOBA to have so many maps. Because with League and Dota, you have map. Like, you don't even think of those games in terms of maps. There's just map.
Right.
And it's actually weird that Heroes doesn't even have a version of that map either. Like the classic MOBA style. But I mean, it also wouldn't really feel right for that game, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. It would be boring because, the best part of the game is the dynamics of the maps, to be honest. In my opinion, at least.
It's going pretty well. I mean, like, it hasn't died like other MOBAs do, so... Good.
Yeah. I mean, it's Blizzard. Nothing Blizzard really dies, does it? Because there's always that hardcore fan base that'll always be around to play all their games no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, look at Diablo.
Even Diablo's not dead.
That game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and people still play it.
Nobody even likes Diablo 3, and they still play it.
Yep. It's Blizzard, man. People will play it no matter what.
Yep.
But speaking of Blizzard, so how about them Overwatch changes you mentioned to me before?
Oh, yeah, okay, so we should, if no one else has any more games that they've been playing at all.
Janet?
I mean, I've been playing Fate Grand Order. Please send help.
I did actually start playing some mobile games. I started playing Miracle Merchant, which is great. It's like Solitaire, but with potions. You have to, like, make potions for people when they come in. They're like, hey, I want, like, this. I want, like, a red color potion, but with, like, some blue. And you gotta, like, you have 4 color cards, and you have to, like, mix them to make sure that you end up with, like, enough at the end. It's cool. It's great.
Yeah,
and Titanfall Assault, also, surprisingly good.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Clash Royale, but Titanfall.
We're in the danger zone, though, because there's now a Cooking Mama mobile game, and...
Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sounds perfect.
Oh, no.
I definitely recommend Miracle Merchant, though. It's a great time waster. It is money. I think it's like $3, maybe $2. And I know a lot of mobile people don't like that, but stop it. It's worth it.
Like,
stop
it. So cheap.
I actually hate that about people that play a lot of, like, tablet games. Because it kind of goes back to when I was in school and I was home one summer at a family party.
Mm-hmm.
And, somebody was striking up a conversation with me, and I was telling them, I was going to school for game dev. And they're like, oh, are you going to get into the app market? I'm like, no. When was the last time you paid for an app?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, exactly. You can convince people to buy a $600 phone every 2 years. You cannot convince them to pay $1 for an app.
Right? Like, it's so
like,
dumb.
What makes these games not worth money? Like, what's the difference?
I mean, if you have an Android-based phone, you just get Google rewards, and they give you Google Play money.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what I do, honestly.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like, if you I'm pretty sure if you take the percentage of people who spend their like couple hundred or so on their mobile games, and add up that amount that they spend, I think it probably especially with how low dev costs are for mobile games. Like
it balances out, but only if your game is big enough to be considered a hit.
Yeah.
The average app still only sees like $3,000-$4,000 over its entire lifetime.
It's true.
And I think the Apple App Store is about to clear out a bunch of old apps that haven't upgraded for the latest iOS. So like a bunch of old games where the devs like don't have the money to like upgrade them are just going to go away.
Yep. Too bad.
Yeah.
Or you'll just get some bigger devs that can afford to do it and just won't anyways because they're jerks, like like Justice Monsters, for example.
Justice Monsters went away so fast.
Yeah,
of all
like
the
6
dumb.
months or
I mean,
less.
speaking of Final Fantasy 15, of all the dumb things that Final Fantasy 15 is doing or is a part of, getting rid of Justice Monsters was a mistake.
I agree. Like I play the heck. You did too, didn't you? We both played the heck out of it.
It needed to be better optimized because it ran really weird. But it was a genuinely good mobile game.
Yeah, it was
I know
fun.
it's gone so fast, and I was so mad. Because honestly, it still played better than the pinball in-game.
It did, actually. It really did. When the game finally released and I played it, I was like, oh, I want to play the mobile version.
And you're like, why is this garbage?
Yeah. And then they removed the mobile version. I was like, all right, thanks, guys. You guys are jerks.
Cool. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Square Enix.
Thanks, Square Enix. Speaking of Final Fantasy 15,
oh,
these
Lord.
are acts of a desperate company.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other day, my fiance's like, do you think Final Fantasy 15 made its money back? I'm like, not the way they're pimping it out.
Oh, you're talking about... Okay, go ahead. I think I know what
Well,
you're
I was just saying, since we've last spoken on the podcast, Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition got announced.
Oh, man, that was...
Which is good, but looks like an unoptimized nightmare. That
mix-up about the size, just crazy.
Yep. 170 gigabytes is what they said. Remember?
Yeah. And then what it seemed like was that he said, no, that wasn't supposed to be in the press release. I was like,
I mean...
So is it 170 or not?
I could see 170 being the whole game and all the DLC at 4K textures.
Yeah, or 8K, which they said it goes to.
Because the recommended specs were also showing, like, oh, we want you to have an NVIDIA 1080. I'm like,
here's
this
my
game
only...
is not worth me buying a 400.
More powerful than the consoles that it's on right now.
My issue with that is I hope that what they don't do, which is what a lot of games do, like like Doom, for example, is force you to download these high-res packs, and like they should make it an option. If you need it, then you can get it, but don't force me to download all 170 gigabytes. But knowing how they port games, I have no doubt they're going to force you to download the whole thing. Like,
I mean, it sucks, but you might be able to like go through your files and just delete the 4K textures if he knows which ones to look for. But that's a dicey move because you don't know how the back end might handle that.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody should ever have to do that.
You shouldn't have to. But I mean, let's talk about that for a minute because I'm like a lot of my PC only friends are really excited. I'm like, this game is not going to be worth the hassle it is at launch.
Yeah.
Like there are things I liked about 15. And I put like 90 hours in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a disaster, to me at least, at launch on consoles. As far as I know, they haven't actually fixed the plot holes that they said they were going to fix.
They kind of have.
They kind of have, but like they straight up said, "Oh, we're going to add cutscenes from Kingsglaive to the game."
Oh, for the yeah.
we have to record and animate new cutscenes for this game.
Oh man!
I mean, they might launch with the Windows Edition, which would not be a bad move. But the other thing that kind of bothers me is that they've got a bunch of those like NVIDIA specific things in there, like the Hairworks and Flow and whatnot, which look cool, but barely run on older NVIDIA cards. And if you are running an AMD card, which you might now that the new AMD graphics cards are out,
Yeah.
Are reasonably priced for reasonable power. You can't play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a problem that happened when, 5-6 years ago. People were like, oh, NVIDIA gave us all these cool dev tools, but we literally burned 30% of the PC market. Because they just can't do it, and we don't know what to do. And NVIDIA won't help us, because why would they?
Right.
Yeah.
So, there's that. There's Pocket Edition, which looks like a separate nightmare. Like, I was reading up on it. It's a mobile version of Final Fantasy 15 with chibi characters that is centered around plot only.
I imagine it's probably just going to be like a visual novel, maybe.
Nice. No, something I read said it was going to be pretty action heavy. It might be turn based, though. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like
Yeah, that
turn
sounds like
based.
it would be.
It might be worthwhile only playing to have the plot explained to me better.
You're assuming that they'll explain it better and not worse, though.
Right?
Oh, man.
User friendly. So there's those things. There's there's the Assassin's Creed DLC and just
Yeah, like, where did that even come from? It's so random.
I mean, there's that. There's the fact that they keep promoting that, like, oh, we have this other Final Fantasy 15 mobile game, and we have Record Keep. I'm like, these are acts of a desperate company scrambling to get its money back.
Mm-hmm.
What other 15? Yeah, whatever happened to that other game they were supposed to release that just, like, disappeared off the face of the earth? The 15 mobile game.
I think there is one. But then there's also, like, an event going on for Record Keeper. Like,
No, there was another one that they announced when they announced the Ignis DLC. Like, right when Prompto came out, there was something they announced. It was around the same time, because that was the same time that the actual stupid base builder game released.
I mean, yeah, there's a new Empire.
Is that out yet, though?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in the store, really. So they ninja released it. Gosh darn it. Japanese, stop doing this. I actually have it on my phone as, like, updates. Like, I had it pre-registered, and I never got a notification for it. Now I'm upset.
There's so much side stuff they're trying to push. Oh, yeah. Universe. Oh, my God. Yeah, the Monster of the Deep stuff is available for pre-order. And apparently it's not DLC. It's its own separate game. Because it's VR only.
All of this just sounds
apparently
bad.
They did a remake for King's Knight, though.
A remake? Really?
Or at least they're doing one. Oh, no announcement for North America release. The game was then postponed to 2017. But yeah, supposed to re-release King's Knight so you can really play it. Oh,
Sweet.
wow, yeah. The PC version of 15 can be has 4K graphics that can be upscaled to 8K if you're one of 3 people with an 8K screen.
Upscale. So that means it's probably all 4K assets.
Yeah.
That'll be on your machine. Interesting.
I think the first-person view is a disaster of an idea.
Now you let me play the whole game in VR. Then I'll be like.
Yeah, then
1%
maybe I'll
more
like
interested.
I might like the first-person view mode, but that is a game I don't want first-person view for, with how Noctis can teleport around during some of his attacks.
Dude, it would be great.
That would be terrible.
so-
First person, what?
Well, I mean, 'cause it's a game that's unwieldy as it is, with a free-range third-person camera, because there's just a lot of places you can't put that camera. I cannot imagine trying to play that game in first person.
Oh
Because he
man.
jumps, you have to teleport a lot. It's going to disorient people so fast.
Oh, dude. Isn't that what they did with Doom for the VR experience? They kind of they did a teleporting feature to kind
Something
of
like that, I think.
make it so that you're not running and having to turn all the time. So it's like kind of on rails, but you can teleport to locations too at the same time. It's kind of interesting.
So.
It seemed to work. People liked it. I mean,
Yeah, people seem really excited about Doom VFR.
So I don't
It's
know.
a completely different game. By the way, it's not the same. It's like you play as a different character and go through a different like story.
That makes sense. It would be dumb if it was any other way. Let's be honest. Good.
So Gamescom.
Gamescom.
Do
I
it.
guess we'll
Do
start with Blizzard because I mean there's so much Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Kel'Thuzad announcement trailer. We got the Junkertown trailer for Overwatch, which was great. The May animated short was amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Okay. What else? There's so much. Blizzard did like everything. We're getting Battle.net back already.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, it took them so long after they announced that it was going to become Blizzard app. It took like almost a month, I think, before it finally was actually called Blizzard app. Like here, like if I open it, it's like, oh, this is Blizzard app, and now they're already like back to Battle.net. It's like no one ever stopped calling it Battle.net.
And also, how dare they not just call it the Blap?
Nice.
Or I think what they've done is they're calling it Blizzard Battle.net or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. They're really trying to stuff like Blizzard in there.
Somewhere.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, because they need to, lest Activision just take the name back.
Well, on the app, actually, there's now sections on the left where the games are. There's the Blizzard section and the Activision section, where Destiny 2 is all alone.
Yeah, all alone.
But you know now, like, there's gonna be more Activision games there.
I was going
It
to
won't
say,
just be Destiny 2.
it begins.
Yeah, I'm just waiting, like they're saying, like, oh, well, we don't really have any plans for anything other than Destiny 2. Just wait, Call of Duty World War 2 is gonna be on there. I'm sure.
Don't you lie to me. If I were anybody high enough up at Blizzard or Activision, I would be doing everything I can to make a reasonable Steam competitor.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that. Battle.net is a great app. If Activision wants to put their games on it, sure. Cool, get more people into Battle.net. I don't mind.
Yeah. I agree.
Overwatch is doing some things, though.
No, I don't.
So, first of all, the smaller change. Out of these two heroes are getting like massive reworks that I know of. There actually might be more that I'm missing, but the first one, Diva, is getting rockets. They're giving Diva some rockets, which completely changes everything about the way Diva's going to be played.
I don't even know why this is happening, but I mean,
I guess what they felt is that she's not offensive enough. Like, she really is just meant to stand there and use her, what's the field called? The thing that eats the bullets?
Matrix, energy
yeah,
matrix?
her defense matrix, yeah. They're lowering that so it can only be up 50% of the time that it has been. And then they're giving her the rockets because they want her to be able to do more damage rather than just stand there and eat bullets all day.
Mm-hmm.
Mercy, though. Mercy is getting completely changed.
Oh no, what are they doing?
If I can find, I want to find something that's not actually a video for this. Because I can't watch a video right now. Come on, Blizzard. So what I can say, like, without just, like, being able to read a list of anything, they're changing her ultimate. But she's still going to have Resurrect.
Mm-hmm.
I think, okay, so what they're doing is, Resurrect is no longer her ultimate. It's now a regular ability.
Wait, what?
Her,
did they say what their
Resurrect
cooldown
is
is?
becoming her E ability now. But it's still going to have a long cooldown, and it's a single target ability. Oh no, it doesn't have a long cooldown. Oh my god. It's a single target ability with a 30-second cooldown. So you can single target resurrect people. Her new ult is called Valkyrie, which enhances all of her abilities. She can fly, just completely fly freely. Her healing and damage boosts are stronger and extended, and I think they chain between people too. She has infinite ammo in her gun and shoots faster and does more damage. She basically just becomes like Super Mercy.
Does she turn gold too?
I don't think so.
With the with Super Saiyan hair?
I don't think that happens. So.
That would be awesome. That would have been great if they did like a total like supersonic thing with Mercy though. I'd be happy.
But yeah, the fact that they're completely changing her resurrect is huge. Because that's going to completely change the entire meta of the game.
It really is, because that's like, at least in my experience, that's one of the main reasons she's usually picked as a healer. Otherwise, the other healers usually have more versatility.
She is a very good healer still, but the resurrect has been such a huge thing. And she's still going to have a resurrect, it's just a lot smaller. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this actually ends up playing out.
Have we gotten any is it in PTR yet? Do you know?
It might be. Oh yeah, they are on PTR right now apparently. So
you should play it. Tell us.
Maybe I'll try that tomorrow or something. I don't know.
Good.
Good. But yeah, that and the Diva stuff. Everyone's getting some minor reworks all the time. Junkrat recently got he has 2 bombs now instead of 1.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. That's right. Which I think is totally overpowered, because his bomb is already OP to begin with, but you know.
Junkrat's so, underutilized. Nobody plays Junkrat, and I think they wanted to fix that. Because, I mean, honestly, he's really fun to play, but he kind of sucks. He's one of my favorite heroes, but he kind of sucks. But,
fair enough.
We'll see. We'll see how this Mercy thing goes, because that's huge. The other stuff I have on the list of what Blizzard announced are stuff I don't know about that you put on the list, Kipu. So, what? Something about Hearthstone and something? I don't know.
No. I just wanted to talk about Frozen Throne since it's just released recently.
Okay, yeah. I have not really played much of Frozen Throne.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah,
so
so the Death Knight mechanic, the Death Knight hero mechanic, I actually really like it. It's cool. So it basically gives each hero 5 armor. It doesn't heal them or anything stupid like that. It gives them 5 armor and then gives them a new ability based on what they already do. For example, the only one I own, so that's the one I've seen the most, is the mage, Jaina. And so her ability stays the same. But on top of that, if you kill somebody with it, then it summons one of those 3/6 freeze elementals.
Oh, that's pretty good.
The water elemental, I think it's called. But to top it off, when you summon her,
what? You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Lifesteal. All of your elementals have lifesteal once you summon Jaina.
Lifesteal for themselves or for you?
For you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's things like that that kind of make it.
How much does it cost?
9, so it's only late game.
Okay.
But I love it. But mainly, you know me, I'm a solo player, and I really like the solo campaign. I was really afraid. You know me, I was complaining about it a lot. Yeah. I was really afraid that it would be really bad because they were going free. But no, it's not. It's just as fun as the other solo adventures.
I thought the prologue was fun. I didn't get to the rest of it yet, but...
Oh, really? I'm stuck on Sinestro right now, actually, so... She's really stupid.
I liked the prologue. It was funny. It was fun to do.
Yeah, it's fun. It keeps with the same theme as the other ones. They're all gimmick battles that are just, force you to create fun decks in order to play against them, which is nice. I like that. But
now there's that one that they were demoing at Gamescom too, the raid, where you fight the Lich King and he has 1 million health or something, and it's just it's just the same across, it's persistent across everybody, and you just go in, you do as much damage as you can before you die, and then you just keep going back in until eventually somebody kills him. I think that sounds really fun.
Yeah, it does.
So I think that was only available at Gamescom, but they'll probably bring it live soon. We'll see.
I'm sure it'll be a tavern brawl for a week.
I think it is a tavern brawl. Yeah.
That's cool. We need more stuff like that. That's fun.
Tavern brawls are probably the best part of Hearthstone.
It really is. I think it's funny because they kept saying from the beginning, you're only going to get a free pack for a limited time. How long is this limited time? They've been doing it since they launched. It's been over a year, hasn't it been, since Tavern Brawl's been out?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, they never stop giving us free packs every week. Like,
I mean,
okay,
that's
not
what
that
brings people into Tavern Brawl a lot of the times. Which is sad, because they should just come for the really fun modes, but whatever.
Yeah. It's true, that's true. But, I don't know, I actually come there to do quests, too, to be honest. When they give us a choice of classes. When they don't, obviously, then I'm just there for my free pack. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And WoW's doing something? Isn't it like their last update to Legion? It's coming out soon?
May or may not be, but it's definitely the conclusion to the main part of the story, because you would know, because you didn't play back then, but during the Lich King time, Lich King wasn't actually the last patch. They actually released another raid after that, which was a Ruby Sanctum, which was basically all of the red dragons were dying, etc., etc. And that was actually a lead into Cataclysm. It was like basically our hint that Deathwing is coming. And that was a little mini raid that they released right before they announced Cataclysm.
This next thing this Argus, Shadows of Argus, might be like a hint towards the next expansion.
No, so what I was saying is, so it could be, but this is definitely going to be the conclusion to the storyline in Legion, but they could supposedly do more after that.
Okay.
Because there is a track record for them doing it. But yeah, it's exciting. Like, most of us who have been playing Warcraft from the beginning, not even counting like World of Warcraft, just Warcraft in general, like, Argus is the one place we've been wanting to go to, that we've heard about in all the novels, all the games, all of the media, that, like, you know, it's a demon homeworld, basically. It used to be the Eridar homeworld, the Draenei homeworld, and then turned into a demon homeworld. And, like, that's so, like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to put this into words, because I'm totally, like, stoked for this, but we're gonna go there and kill Jaden, and supposedly take care of, what's his name? The Demon Master, Sargeras, as well. So that'll be fun. Like, I'm totally stoked about that. And, like, Legion has been a great expansion. Like, I can't emphasize this enough. Like, despite my hate for Suramar, the end game in vanilla Legion, like, the rest of the expansion, including all the DLC they've released so far, has been phenomenal. Like, I totally, like, forgot that Warlords even happened. Like, it's that so good that, like, I don't, not forgot it because it was bad, which it was, but forgot it in the sense that, like, this is so good that, like, I don't even care about anything that came before.
Warlords didn't even really matter, right? Because it was just time travel garbage. Like,
story-wise, yeah, it was just an excuse to bring Gul'dan back. Honestly, I mean, and Warlords had some neat, interesting. Like, it was nice from a lore perspective to see some of the stuff again, because there's no other way we'd really see it outside of, like, Caverns of Time. But, like, yeah, it was stupid how pointless it was. And the raids, we had, like, one raid in the expansion.
Oh, wow.
No, there was Blackrock Foundry. We had 3 raids total in the game, if I remember. Like, that's really bad. Come on, guys. But yeah, Argus releases, I don't remember the date. It should be I don't know, is it next week or something? Or the week after?
Blizzard likes to announce things very close to when they're coming out these days.
Exactly. So it should be coming out soon. There's a full trailer, like a cinematic trailer, to see about it, and it's totally, like, as a Warcraft player, it's definitely one of the most exciting times in the series. Like,
cool.
For the majority of fans, this is like Lich King kind of excitement. Like, this is huge.
I'm sure that at BlizzCon this year they're gonna announce the next expansion.
Oh, of course, they have
to. Yeah. And I wonder if they still plan to do yearly expansions, because I know there's not going to be one this year. It's too late.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
Like, maybe they announce the one that comes next year, and then they just keep going. We'll see.
I mean, that's when they said when Myths release, and then they tried it with Warlords, and that was supposedly a sort of short release window, and look at how that turned out. So I don't know if they'll go back to that yearly release.
Every other year would probably work a lot better.
Yeah. It makes sense, but I just wonder, like, how much work do they put into Legion? Because they've released a hell of a lot of content in the little time it's been out. Like, it's really obnoxious. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess it's possible they could release the expansion this year. It's totally possible they could do it end of the year, and I guess Argus could be the end of this.
It'd be a really, really short time frame for them to just announce it, get pre-orders and all that garbage. But I mean, they could, yeah. I feel like if it was going to come out next year, though, Gamescom would have been the time to announce it, not BlizzCon. And that's already, I mean, Blizzard.
Maybe when is BlizzCon?
Goes,
Soon?
BlizzCon, I want to say, is it November? Let me see.
Yeah, that would be. See, the thing is, they could get away with it though, because Legion brought back enough of the fan base.
First week of November.
They could get away with it. Release it like late in December.
It really would have been good for them to start. At least drop like a teaser at Gamescom though. Gamescom is usually where they do their biggest non-BlizzCon announcements, I think.
Yeah, and I'm trying to actually look at expansion announcement. It looks like they usually do it about 8 months to a year before release. So yeah, probably not happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll announce it at BlizzCon though.
I kind of wish they would just do small DLC packs, to be honest, similar to like how Tor does it now.
I'm not playing Tor, but sure.
Well, it's like $20 expansions basically that are like exactly that. They're just like mini expansions, really.
That could be cool. That would work with their annual release if they wanted to do that.
Exactly. But
I don't think anybody's gonna want to pay like $60 every year for another WoW expansion. Maybe you, but
depends on how good it is. If it's really good, people will do it. I mean, people have bought Madden all these years, so and as a sports game, Madden is good. To be fair, so
the rest of Gamescom, so many announcements.
Yeah, what else? Go for it, please.
Age of Empires 4.
Yeah,
finally.
That's right.
It's been how many years? And
3 was like a decade ago, wasn't it? Literally.
I'm gonna find out. I think it was. It's been like, let's see, 2005.
Over a decade. Yeah. Dang, dude.
So the new one is being made by Relic, which is interesting. I think
which
they can
is
do
great.
It.
You mean?
Yeah, I think they can do it. And I mean, like, it's
dude,
so
they did
long.
Company of Heroes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they which is still considered the best RTS that's ever been made. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to a new Age of Empires. Like, I haven't thought of Age of Empires in so long. Just to hear, like, right? Hey, they're making a new one. Like, what? But that's cool. Yeah. We finally have...
Especially with the company closing down, like, it was kind of weird. What else?
We have a trailer and release date for Ruiner. Ruiner looks so good. Comes out like the end of next month. I can't wait for that game. It's a new Devolver game. It's great. It looks great. I don't know. Something called Mother Gunship got announced, which looks great also. It's like a first-person bullet hell type game. I'm just trying to like speed through the smaller announcements. Far Cry 5 surprisingly looks pretty good. And it's fishing now, so you know, it's pretty much the most important thing. Now you can fish. Why even play the rest of the game? Apparently, fishing is really hard.
Why do open world games not have this?
Like all the YouTubers and stuff who got to like get their hands on Far Cry 5 were like, the fishing is so hard, and like all these videos of them are like not catching anything. They're like, please, how do I catch fish?
Oh my God.
But yeah, it actually looks really fun. So I don't know, like Far Cry. We'll see. I want it to be good. I always want a new Far Cry to be good, but we'll see.
But I mean, 5 looks promising.
It does, yeah. I thought 4 looked promising, and I didn't end up liking it. But 5 looks like they've changed a lot more than they usually do. I think they went farther with it this time, so I'm glad. I might pick it up. We'll see. It's still $60 though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite thing that was announced at Gamescom this year, Biomutant. Looks so good. Like, did anybody see the Biomutant trailer? Trailers?
I don't watch trailers.
It's an open world action RPG kind of like post-apocalyptic. They say it's like martial arts themed too, or something. Or I think they called it like kung fu RPG. You play as like this little mutant raccoon thing. You have a sword and a gun, and it just looks so fun. It's so like colorful. All the like promotional stuff makes it look all dark and gritty and like, you know, realism. But then when they showed some gameplay, it's so colorful. Everybody has like silly hats, like all the enemies. When you hit stuff, it's like pow and wham and all that. It's so great. You can like just mutate your character, I guess, to like that's one of the key features, that as you progress, you like add mutations to like change how you look and how you play and stuff. It looks so like complete, like it's a completely playable game, but it doesn't come out until sometime next year. So I don't know. The vehicles, there's so many, like there's like a hand that like actually like you sit in the hand and it walks, and then it like fires like this, like it actually turns into like a handgun and shoots. It looks so great. I'm like really excited for this game. It's by the some ex-developers of Just Cause and Mad Max, so they know open world games. Yeah, Biomutant, definitely look that up. That's like probably one of my most anticipated games for next year already.
Excellent.
I didn't see this. Apparently we got our first trailer for Shenmue 3.
And apparently
really?
it was real bad.
Oh no.
Everyone I know that saw it was just like, aren't we putting a lot of money into Shenmue?
Oh no.
Oops.
Oh no, I just looked up and the first thing I see is Yu Suzuki explains Shenmue 3's stiff facial expressions. Apparently they're not finalized or something. Oh,
yeah, I hope not.
Mm-hmm. Sure. We'll see.
There's so much money being put into this game. Uh-oh.
Clearly we haven't learned our lesson with the last few Kickstarter games that
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, today I was like, oh yeah, Bloodstained is a thing, maybe.
Maybe. Goodness.
Hey, I mean, Skullgirls was overdeveloped and launched early.
Skullgirls was amazing.
I mean, there's always an exception to the rule, okay?
Yeah. Destiny 2 is looking pretty good so far. However, there's this whole discussion now about the FPS.
Oh, yeah.
It is being locked to 30 on consoles, because of course it is. No word about if PC is going to get 60 or not. But they basically said... Did they?
They said it's uncapped on a PC.
Oh, good. Okay. What they've basically said was the amount of stuff we want to put in this game, consoles aren't strong enough to run it at 60. And they were like, at the end of the day, we decided to prioritize stuff over performance. Some people are really mad, some people are really happy.
I mean,
I'm not buying on a console, so I don't care. Have fun.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, with how much of a power difference is between the Xbox One X and the others, I don't think it's an excuse. Like, the Xbox One X, specs-wise, is more powerful than my computer. Okay? Like, I can run every game I've played on 1080... Not 4K, but 1080p at
But I mean, also
FPS.
at that point, you might as well just actually own the PC.
Right, but I mean, that's not the point. The point is that they're not even optimizing it for the Xbox One X to be 60 FPS. Every version of it on console is going to be 30.
Yeah. Why make a special optimization for a very, very, very small percentage of your market?
I mean, they used to be for the fans. Bungie used to care about the fans and actually not care about that sort of thing.
We don't know how much of these decisions is up to Bungie and how much is up to Activision.
Let's not
they're always
think about
lie about that too, so you can't ask
Destiny 1 all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm not gonna buy into the beta, which starts next week, because I just don't trust Activision. I'm gonna buy it because I love Destiny, and the second one looks so much better than the first one. It sounds like they've listened to all of our complaints and are fixing everything, but I'm not gonna pre-order an Activision game. Just don't do it.
Yeah, same. Honestly, and honestly, I'm more excited because it's gonna be on PC because I'll be more inclined to play. Like the only version worth playing was the PS4 version, and I don't touch my PS4, so like I look forward to being able to actually play it this time. So, but same thing. I won't pre-order it. Forget it. Forget it, Activision.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever bought any Activision game at full price, actually, outside of Destiny 1.
Would you consider Blizzard games to be Activision games?
I mean...
No, I do not.
I don't know. I mean, I pre-ordered Overwatch, so whatever. But...
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still worried about Destiny 2, but I have a lot more hope for this than I did for the first one. Oh my god. So, speaking of companies doing bad things, Battlefield 1, the complete Revolution Edition or whatever it's called, Revolutionary Edition. So, this complete edition isn't complete. Because only one of the DLC for Battlefield 1 has come out so far. But now they're selling a complete edition when the rest of the DLC isn't out.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Modern AAA gaming!
Apparently, one of the features of this edition is priority queues on servers.
I hate everything.
Great.
I don't know how much this costs, but please stop.
Mm-hmm. This is terrible.
Actually, I wonder if it's actually out.
Does Battlefield 1 not have custom servers at all? Did they do away with that completely?
Think it does. I don't know for sure, actually. I haven't looked. Because I've been playing Battlefield 1 recently, and I've actually kind of been enjoying it. I haven't been going super in-depth into it, but I've enjoyed what I've played, but I also haven't played a Battlefield in a long time. It looks like Battlefield 1 Revolution is $60. So, it's buying the full game again, but complete this time, except it's not complete.
Nice.
I just don't get it.
I see EA and Activision are still fighting for being the worst video game company that's out.
Yeah, obviously.
Gosh darn it, guys.
Although, on the other hand, EA also, we saw some footage of Battlefield, or Battlefront 2's space battles, and looks pretty cool. It's a good job. But Battlefield stuff?
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is shaping up to be nice, actually.
Very bad job on Battlefield. But Battlefront, cool.
Seems legit.
Anything? Oh, Mass Effect.
No, I don't want to talk about that. It just makes me sad.
So this story, which apparently is incomplete, I haven't bothered to play it. Apparently it's full of plot holes and stuff. And everybody's been defending it like, oh, well, they'll just fix it in DLC. No, there won't be any DLC. There also won't be any more updates for the single player, ever. Whoops.
Now, that's not the best part. The best part is they actually... with some...
Cutting out again.
They were going to do in it.
What?
So they actually announced 3 story DLC before.
Oh no, did they cancel those?
Yeah, they canceled all story DLC.
Oh my god.
And then they stopped all updates. They said they're not going to fix anything else in the game. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, we want this game to be good. Like, all of us, like, legitimately want it to be good because we love Mass Effect. And then you're just...
Like, basically, hey, did you pay $60 for this game? Sorry.
Rip.
Pretty much.
Oh
Pretty much.
God.
It's too bad.
I don't get it. Like,
but they did, in their defense.
Why are they getting away with this?
I guarantee you it's...
What?
I mean, it's
you,
EA.
You just froze for a second.
Yeah.
I do that a lot,
Yeah.
apparently.
I don't know what you said.
It's EA, honestly. I don't
Yeah.
blame anybody else because let's be real, they even said like we're going to release all of the story content and comics, novels, stuff like that because we don't want the story to be hanging. But obviously something's happening within EA that's basically saying, "Hey, your sales sucked. There was too much negative press. We're not doing anything on this anymore." Okay. Thanks.
What was that their next game that everyone was super hyped about at EA?
Anthem?
Yeah, that thing's not going to be good. Like,
oh, dude, I'm totally excited. A lot of the important people that were important in the original Mass Effect trilogy are coming back to work on it. That's why a lot of us are so excited about this game, to be honest.
Still an EA game.
Yeah, but so was Mass Effect 2 and 3, and Mass Effect 2 is still considered one of the best RPGs ever made. So, I mean, let's be real here.
I didn't think it looked good from the trailers either, so whatever.
I guess it depends on if EA is ever going to back off of BioWare, because truth be told, they have been tightening their grip more and more as the years have gone by, and that's been showing in their game work. Like, basically, as soon as EA took over, their game slowly deteriorated to get worse and worse. I mean, Dragon Age 2 was I think that was their first game under EA, and that game was a disaster because it was rushed. It was a 1-year game. It's like...
You can make an RPG that deep in 1 year.
Yeah, exactly, and there was so much potential. It had so many great elements, but it was clear it was rushed. They reused assets, etc., etc. You can look it up. There's a ton of bad things about it. But Mass Effect 2 was similar in a sense that they actually completely redid the story in order to fit EA. Like, it was actually supposed to be a completely different story. Or to different focus, not a different story, but different focus. And then we all know, of course, what happened with 3 and that ending, right? It's like little things like this that I don't necessarily blame BioWare. I'm more inclined to blame EA more than anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Bad, because
what's funny
just
is,
like Bungie, BioWare deserves better.
I blame Activision for a lot that's wrong with Destiny. I found out that some of it was actually on Bungie's end, and I'm still like, Activision. Activision probably influenced this somehow. So apparently, the Destiny story, they had it. Like, pretty much the game was finished, like, a year before release, or something. And the story was, like, whoever the head, like, the founder of Bungie, I forgot his name, he basically looked at it and was like, you know what, the story feels kind of, like, bloated. Let's cut it down. And they spent the entire next year reworking the entire story. And apparently it had nothing to do with Activision. And now I'm like, oh no, Bungie, why would you do this?
Sweet.
And it turns out that those DLC, the smaller ones, actually were story content that was cut from the game and then sold later. And that was because they didn't get it finished in time.
Great. So you mean those first 2 expansions were actually supposed to be the base game? That's great. That
makes me very sad because I always thought this was all Activision's fault, and apparently Bungie actually just kind of messed up. I still blame Activision for a lot of the things that went wrong with it, but Bungie, come on. We trusted you, Bungie. I don't know. I still think...
I trusted them with a lot of my money, actually. I
still think Destiny 2 looks a lot better, so we'll see. But yeah, publishers are bad.
We will see.
Pretty
much.
That's most of Gamescom. I can't help but notice that we still haven't gotten any announcements for Star Wars games.
Yeah,
other
right.
than Battlefront, like, where's all of them?
It might also be the fact that it's in Europe. I mean, Star Wars is a worldwide phenomenon, but Star Wars announcements seems like they would sooner wait for E3 than...
Maybe.
Yeah, but E3 just passed. I mean, ever since Disney's taken over Star Wars and then closed down LucasArts, we haven't had any real Star Wars game outside of Battlefront.
In Star Wars, I think, has gotten better, except for the games, which have gotten worse. Like, Disney, why? So, I don't know. I would really love to hear something about something that's not Battlefront this year. But I guess they pretty much have said, like, this is Battlefront's year. Like, this year is for Battlefront. So, well, whatever. Obi-Wan movie.
Great. Oh, dude.
Hopefully we don't hear bad things about it, like how bad the Han Solo movie sounds.
Oh man.
I'm not
as long as Ewan McGregor is.
I think this is the first time there's a Star Wars movie coming out that I'm not looking forward to. Han Solo just looks bad from, like, everything I've seen about it so far just looks bad.
It's a real disaster, and it's just no pretty way to say that. Like,
please,
I don't know, like,
please.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even Rogue One had its point where it looked like a disaster, but they picked it up pretty fast, which was nice.
Yeah.
But this is just continually going downhill. Like, stop. Oh man, nobody wanted this, and you're still trying really hard to make it.
What's been going on? Before we get into Nintendo, there's some other things. Lawbreakers came out, finally. Lawbreakers, it's dead. Dead on arrival. Just, nope. Did not sell. And the reason for this is what has been making me so mad this entire, like, past 2 years. It's too similar to Overwatch, so nobody wants to buy it.
And the thing is that, like, a lot of the too similar to Overwatch games aren't even that similar.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but it's enough for people to be like, why bother? Like,
yeah.
Not cool.
Like, I mean, okay, Battleborn, not the same genre. Gigantic, also not the same genre.
Right.
Paladins, surprisingly, Paladins is doing well. And out of all of these games that's compared to Overwatch, it's the only one that is like Overwatch. So I don't understand. Lawbreakers looks great. And it
looks amazing, dude. Like, I hate
going
people.
the Battleborn route. It's just gone.
Oh my god, it's so sad. Let's buy it.
I don't know if they can save it, like maybe make it free to play, which would be really unfortunate if they had to do that, but I mean, that didn't even save Battleborn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brink went free to play. That's funny.
Yeah, and
Brink
it has
came
more
out like
players
6 years
probably.
ago. I think Brink does have more players than Battleborn. I don't know about Lawbreakers, though. But yeah, that's just so sad. Lawbreakers looked so good.
Yeah.
And a lot of YouTubers and streamers were really hyping that game up, too. And just nothing. I think it's getting good reviews.
It is. It is. It's solid, at least. Let's see. Metacritic is 76.
Yeah,
but
very
on
positive
Steam,
on
it's
Steam.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steam is very high.
So, I just don't understand, like, how did this game do so poorly?
It's only $30 too. That's the worst part. Like, it's not an expensive game. Like, guys, why are you so hateful?
It's cheaper than Overwatch.
Is it? Didn't Overwatch go down in price?
Did it? I thought Overwatch was still $40. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna check right now while we talk. And then we stop talking.
Yeah. I'm just reading, like, the reviews on Steam, and someone's like, "Hey, it's not Overwatch." Like,
You shouldn't have to tell people.
Yeah. Like, you can tell it's not Overwatch by looking at it.
I mean, it's kind of sad also because I think this is, at least in my memory, this is the first time this phenomenon has happened in the gaming industry where, like, a lot of games get disregarded just because it's similar to something else that's really good, like, or supposedly similar. Like, that's so weird.
Yeah. Well,
like, to this extent, I mean, it's happened here and there, but to this extent,
like,
of, a whole entire genre of game just thrown aside.
Yeah, arena shooters are, none of them are standing up to Quake, and it's always, this isn't Quake. But, I mean, it's not to the extent where it's like, this game, like, breathed the same air as Overwatch, don't touch it.
Right, it's so stupid.
Like,
it's
this
frustrating.
game has characters in it, it's too similar to Overwatch.
Dude, I've even heard this about Quake, which makes me angry. I'm like, dude, like seriously, just stop. You all need to stop. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. I'm so sad for Lawbreakers. And it's sad because it doesn't have the excuse of like Battleborn released at the same time as Overwatch, and that's what really killed it. Lawbreakers, right. It's been long enough, but no.
You know, in Cliffy B and his team's defense, the game wasn't really marketed very much.
It was not marketed well. And from what I've heard, there's like some really important mechanics, like in the anti-gravity sections and stuff, that aren't explained whatsoever, and there's like no good tutorial either. So people go in like, this game doesn't work, because they're not told how to play it. That could also be a big issue. But I mean, you still have to buy the game to figure that out.
Right.
Which people aren't doing.
This is why we should have more demos of games. That's something that's completely fallen off the face of the earth.
There was a beta, but because there's no good tutorial teaching you how to play, people in the beta were like, this game's broken. When apparently it was working exactly as intended, but no one knew how to play it. And that's just really sad.
It is. It is very sad.
Nobody does tutorials anymore, like good tutorials. It's always just, this is how you walk, this is how you shoot, go.
It's hard. Like, I was reading something and they were talking about like, it's hard to make a tutorial at this point in time that doesn't feel too hand-holdy. But it's also hard to...
So many people will skip tutorials if they can.
Oh yeah.
Or if they can't, they'll complain.
It's exactly what I do, actually.
Just play it.
You're the reason we don't have good tutorials, TV.
Yeah.
But I'll play it and figure it out. Like, you and me, Janet, for example, we grew up in an era where, like, the games taught us how to play without having tutorials. So I use that mentality when I play and I figure things out. But I think the modern gamer is so spoiled by tutorials.
But now because these are, like, multiplayer exclusive games, it's weird. Like, you can't get into a multiplayer match and have the game teach you how to play. Because, like, oh, this is your first time. Hey, do this.
I mean, that's why you have beginner playlists that you can only play in, like, maybe for the first 5 levels or so. Like, a lot of games do that. And then you learn with other people who are learning, and then you move on. There's ways around it. Don't give me that.
Yeah. Someone was really upset about that in Quake today. I was playing, and this guy was like, wow, this game just can't, like, find people my skill level. And it's like, this is Quake. There's kind of an issue where, like, people who are just picking up the game now might have been playing Quake their whole life, and they're going to be better than you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you either know how to play or you don't. Like, that's pretty much how the demographic is right now.
But with Lawbreakers, everyone's new to this. It's, like, crazy. You've got this crazy zero-gravity garbage going on.
It looks so fun. I love it.
I want to buy it. I still might eventually get it.
If you get it, let me know. I will totally buy it and play with you.
I'll have to know if it's possible to play. If there's servers. Like, if it's
that's true.
At all.
Well, still, let me know. I'm down. Like, I've been wanting that game since he first announced it. Like, it looks fun.
How is his name on this game and not selling? Like, what happened?
I mean, I don't think he's been... It's marketing again. I don't think they've been pushing the fact that he's involved in it very hard. Yeah. Like, there was his announce, and then he kind of went quiet. Like, doing what Cliffy B does. But, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping for the better with our fellow gamers.
Yeah. Let me check the Steam charts for this.
Oh, you can do that?
So 40 minutes ago was the last time it was pinged. 547 players.
Is that more or less than what was the game that you were saying that only had 6 players? Well, obviously I just said 6, so it's obviously more than 6. But what was that game?
Wasn't that? Oh God.
Only 6 players? That's
the other day. Yeah.
That's even worse
67
than Battleborn. I don't know.
67. You said.
Oh, that was like Battleborn, right?
Yeah.
It was Battleborn.
Yeah,
67.
Battleborn had less than 100 players.
Worldwide.
Definitely. Yeah.
So nasty.
So, I mean, it's still doing better than Battleborn. Although, its all-time peak is much lower than Battleborn. Its all-time peak is 7,482.
Mm.
Battleborn's all-time peak was... Come on, Battleborn. 12,070. Oh, yeah, 38 minutes ago, 73 players on Battleborn.
Who was the publisher for Lawbreakers?
Lawbreakers was published by... oh, no.
What?
Nexon.
What? Are you serious? How did that even happen?
It's published by Nexon America.
Good.
Oh, God.
Well, that explains things a little better.
It does. Yeah.
Because I was going to say, like, we were just talking about how we hate publishers, and, like, the publisher's 2 jobs, okay, or 3 jobs. Make sure things are on track, fund things, and make sure people want to buy your product.
Yeah. Nobody wants to buy a Nexon game.
Oh my god.
All of their games are free. Except this one. And also, Nexon has never marketed in their life, as far as I know.
And I can't think of anything either.
Yeah, that's such a bad fit.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. I'm sure those are the only people that were willing to give him a good deal on picking it up, though. That's probably the only reason why it happened. That sucks. Great.
Poor Lawbreakers. That's so sad.
Oh well. I hope he doesn't give up on
Like, how many copies it sold?
10, probably. Probably 8,000. However many the peak was. I'm sure that's all the copies it sold.
Looking on Steam Spy, owners 65,000.
Damn, that's pretty low. And on top of that,
that many people played it, but were not online at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. That's under a quarter. That's actually that's an eighth. An eighth of the buyers played the game, pretty much. Which I guess might actually be normal numbers for games in general, but for that low sales, that's hurtful.
Yeah. It's so sad.
God damn it, Nexon. I hate you.
Anyway, there's another convention going on right now. It's QuakeCon.
Yeah! QuakeCon, which I am definitely going to next year. Heck
Cool.
yeah.
They had a Quake tournament today. That, also, if you have Twitch Prime, you can get some Quake Champion stuff. You can get a Quake, or you can get a Twitch Prime, rocket launcher, I think, and some boxes. And they were doing, like, if you're watching the tournament and your account is linked, you can, like, earn boxes while watching or something.
Yeah, there's an exclusive, there's something else you get for watching, too. I forget what it is.
They showed off some Doom VFR. People are super excited about that. I don't have VR, so I'm cool.
VR sounds rad.
Yeah, it does, but those of us that aren't rich.
Yeah.
That's about as much as we have an opinion about it. It's like, VR sounds real cool.
Yep. QuakeCon's not super big for, like, announcements. There's not, like, a lot going on. There's sales. Everywhere's having sales on Bethesda games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always, and that's one thing I really love about it. It's really a fan-oriented event where people just get together and have fun. Like, I love that. That's cool. And apparently it's freezing in there.
Oh, good.
All the time. All the time. They even said it.
Isn't it in, like Texas?
It is. It is in Texas.
They gotta, they gotta make up for the Texas weather.
Well, I mean, not just
Actually,
that.
no, Texas is about to drown, so.
Oh, right.
Nice.
No, like, there's a hurricane. Hurricane Harvey's gonna hit off the
Goodbye,
coast of Houston.
Texas is an old country anyway, so.
That's true.
Oh, no.
I'm looking, I don't really see much at all announced at QuakeCon. It's just kind of a place to go and enjoy
They
Quake.
usually don't.
Yeah.
They usually.
I've been waiting for Prey DLC. Like, I don't know why they haven't announced any Prey DLC yet.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, did they ever say they were gonna do DLC?
They said they would, I think. But
does it need to have DLC? I mean, does the game feel complete as it is? I mean,
it does feel complete, but it feels like the kind of game where, like, the only reason to go back to it would be if it has DLC. So, I don't know. It's like I got a complete experience out of it, but I'm kind of like, well, I kind of want to play more Prey, but I don't want to go play the same story again. And they said there would be DLC. I think they said, anyway.
Yeah, I just found... It said absolutely getting DLC. And this was announced in April 26th this year.
Yeah. I think what they've done recently is they announced a demo for the game. Which... I can't believe they have to announce a demo. Come on.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Like,
I was seeing trailers for it, actually. It's called Prey the First Hour or something like that. And when I saw the trailer, I thought it was DLC. And it was like, oh my god, this is a trailer for a trial of a game that's already been out. It's just dumb. But yeah, I mean, Prey is great. If you haven't played it yet, play it.
So is it only like a part of the game then? It's not like something like extra that they did just for the demo?
It is actually the first hour of the game.
Oh, great. Gosh darn it. Great. But yeah, I mean, the game looks great, and literally everybody I know who's played it, including Justin obviously, has said it's good. So
it is very good. Definitely play it. I want DLC.
Perfect. But yeah, I mean, I really think especially for these games that aren't marketed that much, demos really need to be a thing again.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really needs to be a thing, and like
the fact that Nier Automata had a demo was a big deal.
The demo, like on a whim, I saw the demo. I was like, "Oh, this is great!" And it's like one of my favorite games of the year. But demos aren't important.
I think companies are relying too much on streaming.
Yeah.
As being the advertising platform, and like,
it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. It really doesn't, because then a lot of people will just watch people play the game.
Streams don't really translate to sales that much.
Yeah.
I mean, look at like Lyric streamed Battleborn. Nobody bought that. Although, to be fair, I think Lyric streamed it as a joke. Like, he was gonna stream Overwatch, and then he like streamed Battleborn, like, ha ha ha, look at this, and then actually went to play Overwatch.
Good.
That's what I heard. I didn't actually watch him, but I don't know.
It
might not have even been
totally
Lyric. It might have been someone else. Like, I just don't watch any of the big streamers, so I don't know the difference between them.
I don't either. I don't watch any streaming, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I might watch like a friend's stream or something. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. If they ask and they're like, "Hey, I need a viewer," all right, I'm in.
I can leave it on in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what's up. But yeah, like, I think that's one thing. Like, leaving out all the complaints we could keep doing all day about Nintendo, I really love that they do demos for a majority of their games lately. Like, there was a bunch of Switch games actually that I just recently played demos for. Like, I'm buying all of them today because I'm like, hey, this is cool. Like, I like.
You glitched out there for a sec.
Again. But yeah, there was a lot of demos that I played on the Switch that, like, they're games that I'm buying now because I enjoyed how fun they are, and like.
I think what's a good way to get sales is do a combination of, like, yes, it has to be a popular streaming game. It also has to have Steam Marketplace items and boxes, and then it'll sell. You're good. That's why PUBG sold 8 million
just
copies.
Stop making games.
Stop making games. Yeah,
so we can all catch up on our backlogs.
That works.
Man, I really want to open these PUBG boxes, but it costs like $250 to open them.
Whoa, is Jonathan Blow working on a new thing?
What?
What?
I want to know. Is he?
Did something just get announced?
No, I saw a tweet and it turned out no. Jonathan Blow interviewed Rand Miller, who was one of the dudes that created Myst.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's cool though. I want to check.
I mean, that actually sounds like a fun interview. I can send you the link deeper.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Like,
Thank you.
I'm ready for a new Jonathan Blow game, but
I still haven't even played The Witness. I mean, I haven't, and I hear it's good. It's just I really need to just finish Final Fantasy 12 and then play No Man's Sky again.
I really want to pick up No Man's Sky now.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this a lot lately. With all the stuff they've done, it's completely turned around. It went from mostly negative to mostly positive on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's selling better. I mean, I
mean,
guess it's not selling better than that extreme hype pre-order, but...
Well, I think it was just a lot of people bought it, ended up hating it, uninstalled it, but didn't bother trying to get the refund.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, oh, now I have a reason to reinstall.
Yeah.
I still liked the game at launch, but I understand that now it is a game that people that aren't me actually enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it looks really good.
I'm excited because I found some of those portals before. Took pictures of those portals. I'm like, what are these things? Huh. I've only found 2 in like the 50 planets I had wandered about. I'm actually excited to see the new storyline because the Center of the Galaxy Atlas storyline was actually really underwhelming. So I'm actually really excited to see how that works. They've done a lot to try and make up for the fact that it was a disastrous launch.
Mm-hmm.
And this game needed more time. And honestly, more manpower, but they didn't want to accept it.
I'm really glad, too, because a lot of people, they were so silent after release that people thought they just took their money and ran. And I'm so glad to see now they've been putting so much more. I personally
thought it was just a group suicide. Mm. They all just held hands and jumped off a cliff.
Oh, man.
I would not have blamed them.
Right.
I mean, it would have been real messed up, but I would have been like...
I get it!
I understand.
Oh, no.
They can't ask for their money back if you're dead.
Mm-hmm. That's so terrible.
God.
But yes, I am happy.
They turned it around, and I think the only thing they really need to do is make like a permanent price drop.
Yeah, it's still 60. And,
I mean,
what?
When they announced Atlas Rises, though, it was on sale everywhere for $24.
Yeah.
I mean, just like
it really needs a permanent price drop to like kind of seal the deal on trying to turn things around.
Yeah, like even forgetting about the turnaround with the content, like it's not exactly a new game. Why is it still 60?
Yeah, it's weird. It's still 60.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes on sale pretty regularly, but it's still weird that it has to go on sale. Just do the price drop.
Right.
I mean, it took like GTA until this year, I think, to have a permanent price drop.
Mm.
Some games just stay 60 for a while.
So weird.
Interesting. I'll get it though when it goes back down.
If you're a bad person, just go buy it on G2A. It's on sale there. Probably.
I'm good. Oh wait.
It's an enjoyable game. And it's also one of those things where if you're just in it to explore, you can play like 20 minutes and you're like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see the new grass, because apparently new grass is real good. All about grass.
This review says that with each update, it's becoming closer to a first-person Starbound, which is exactly what I wanted it to be. Because I like the idea of Starbound, but I don't like the mechanics. And I think a first-person Starbound would be amazing.
Dude, you know what would be cool? Is if No Man's Sky had a demo so that you could play it and see if it is what you would like.
Oh my god.
Just saying.
I mean, a free weekend wouldn't be a bad idea.
Same thing. Yeah. Same concept.
I mean, at least Steam tries to do free weekends regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a permanent price drop and like a free trial
Yeah.
would really help people. Because I mean, I understand a lot of people are definitely wary about trying it, and unless you know somebody who still has the game,
Right. It's
you're
true.
kind of in a crutch to find out if it's something you actually want to spend the money on.
Yeah, it's a hard stigma to pick yourself up from, that's for sure.
They're doing
They're
it.
trying real hard.
They are. I'm so proud of them.
I am too.
So, in like the least surprising news of all time, Nintendo didn't make enough of something.
Oh my god. No, that's not even the bad part.
I had it in my cart like 4 separate times and it wouldn't let me check out.
I heard about this happening. People were like, it was in my cart. I texted someone, hey, I'm buying this, and then it wasn't in my cart anymore.
Dude, I didn't even text people. I went to checkout and then it was just like, woo.
Oh,
It was a disaster.
Oh my god.
Just the way, and the worst part is they said they were gonna announce it, and they ninja announced it again. Like, they did it, like a few hours before? Like,
They didn't even announce it.
no, they did. Apparently, like, somebody else corrected me, and they're like, yeah, there was an announcement. It was just not, it was like right before they did it, pretty much. And it was on their Twitter or something. Like they did with Zelda. They did the same thing with Zelda.
I didn't see that at all.
Right.
And, like, I'm active on
Stupid.
Twitter, so
they
it's really
did-
frustrating, because, like, a lot of people I know are like, why would you buy it? I'm like, because I want to legally own Nintendo things and give Nintendo money for products and services.
They
But
don't want your
get
money.
miserable to do so.
Seriously, it's stressful and like it's just disheartening. Like it's making it so that like I legitimately do not want to play video games. It's that irritating. Like,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing?
Like people throughout the day were like sending me links. They're like, "Oh, try it again now." I'm like, "No, Nintendo clearly doesn't want my money."
Yeah,
Not gonna
exactly.
give them the money.
Same. Oh man.
If they don't want it, fine, I'll keep it.
Mm-hmm.
I should not have to go through hell to give you my dollars.
Right.
I mean, I understand it would be one thing if it was like super limited edition, but they promised this time it was going to be better than the
Mm-hmm.
NES Mini. It's just an emulation box.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's zero reason for it to be as hard to obtain as it is.
Yeah.
And then, like, a bunch of people are already scalping them on eBay anyway.
For really obnoxious.
Yeah.
You still
Right.
can't even like buy a Switch, and they're already making this new thing you can't buy.
And then
I don't know. Like I've seen Switches pretty available lately, actually.
Switches are getting better in availability depending on
Yeah.
where you are.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just looked on Amazon. They have 4.
Yeah. It's
It-
the same.
It's getting better because I think like all the Zelda hype died down,
And now there's no other games on it yet, so.
and now there's nothing else. So it's like,
I don't know. There's a lot. That's what I thought, and I
I
started
actually
looking
want
through
to buy
the
it for
list.
Splatoon 2 more than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Splatoon 2 looks good. ARMS, now that I've actually looked at gameplay footage because I've been avoiding it, looks actually really fun. And like, there's a bunch of downloadable titles. Like, I just bought 4 of them that look really good. Like,
yeah, I actually have to say there are quite a few things available on the Switch. It's just most of them are not exclusive enough for me to be like, yeah, the Switch is a worthwhile purchase.
One thing that's gotten me really wanting a Switch lately is all the indie games that people say should be on the Switch. I'm like, oh man, that makes me like want to have a Switch just in case that goes on. Because there's
then
so
you're
many
like,
games that I like. I don't want to sit at my desk and play that because it feels like a waste of time. But
Well,
like, I want to
That's-
play it. But like, what if I'm
that's-
just somewhere else with the Switch? It's like, oh yeah, I can play this.
Like, there's so many things that make sense on the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, like sitting in front of your desk is
Oh man, you
I-
know what looks like
I-
would be a really good Switch game is Nidhogg 2.
probably, yeah.
Right,
It's
Con.
just
who knows?
like I like my computer, but I sit in front of a computer all day for work.
Mm.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I own so many of my games on my PS4 is just because like I like sitting on my couch.
I agree. That's actually exactly where I got the Steam Link. Honestly, it's because like I don't want to sit at my desk anymore to play my games.
I
Like,
still haven't finished Pyre, but if I had a Switch and I could play Pyre on it, I would have finished it.
right?
Stardew Valley on the go is the most like brilliant thing I could think of.
I would still be playing Stardew Valley, which I gave up after more games came out.
Stardew Valley's so good though.
It is really good.
How far are you?
I think I got like I think I finished the winter of year 2, or no, the spring of year 2, and then I started playing other games.
So you haven't actually finished year 2 yet?
No. There's like a lot of stuff I know I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm just kind of like, I got what I wanted from it for the moment. I want to play PUBG.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like your save file's gonna go away. It's not like it's a hard game to pick back up after a while. It's not
like Animal Crossing where we're gonna come back and like my town's burned down and everything's left.
You're not gonna make you feel bad. Where have you been? Oh no! It has been like 3-4 years since I popped open Animal Crossing New Leaf, and it's like, oh no!
It's horrifying.
I stress out thinking about it. I'm like, I can play it again. Oh no! I'm gonna have to start all over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, if they don't do an Animal Crossing on the Switch, I'm going to be really upset. To be honest,
dude, I'm surprised they don't have a mobile Animal Crossing yet.
Didn't they say they were going to? I thought that was a thing.
Well, they said they're going to, and
yeah,
Nintendo says a lot of things.
Yeah,
and we let Nintendo get away with it.
Yeah.
Really
gosh darn it, Nintendo! Why you gotta be like this? We just want to love you.
Yeah, so apparently... Wait, what? So, it was pushed back to March 2018, but apparently Reggie said no, it's coming out this year. Still.
I don't believe either of them.
I don't know.
I don't know. They ninja release a lot of their stuff. I mean, it could happen.
Now, let's check.
Yeah.
I mean, Mario Run on Android came out of nowhere. It just suddenly released. Fire Emblem was similar. It just suddenly released. There was no real date for it until it just came out. They just don't know how to release games. They don't know how to market. It's always been a problem with them.
They marketed their console pretty well, and then they forgot the games.
That's the thing. I think they're good at marketing hardware.
Yeah. Because they can show
Except
videos
for the Wii U,
of people using it in fun ways.
You know, like the Wii U, for example, which is probably the worst marketed system in existence. I mean, I worked at GameStop when that launched. Not even joking. Except for the customers who actually watched the Nintendo Direct, 100% of my customers thought it was an expansion for the Wii.
Yeah.
Not like
I mean, with a name like Wii U, my fiance thought it was an expansion for the Wii.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Emmanuel thought that too, actually, which I thought was funny. I was like, dude, really? Like,
yeah.
Marketing, man, they prove.
I don't blame people for having that confusion, because that's a terrible name.
Mm-hmm.
With no marketing.
Yeah.
What were people supposed to do?
Gosh darn it, Nintendo, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah. So
what stuff has come out recently?
Sonic Mania?
That none of us have played.
Sonic
Mania, which I just bought. I'm waiting for it to download. That's probably why I'm cutting out, honestly.
How's the download?
I've been really wanting to play Hellblade. That looks really good.
Hellblade looks interesting, but I think I would be very upset very fast by it. Next week drops Everybody's Golf, which looks fun and charming, and Yakuza Kiwami, which is basically a full HD remake of the original Yakuza.
Next week, like, things are starting. Like, we're reaching major release season.
Yeah.
Absolver comes out next week.
Oh, dude, the Mario and Rabbids game comes out next week too.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yes.
That's another reason I want to Switch, actually.
That actually does look kind of fun.
Dude, I keep telling people, nobody believes me, but this is going to be the next Super Mario RPG. You just watch. It's going to be the big, like, collaboration that Nintendo does. That's going to be amazing.
I
Just
hope,
watch.
I hope it's fun.
If not, I'll just cry myself to sleep every night until I die.
Every night.
Pretty much.
I've been seeing a lot in the lead up to Total War Warhammer 2, which actually doesn't come out until like a month from now, but I'm starting to see a lot more of it, and it looks great. I've never actually played a Total War game, but this one looks really fun.
Dude, really? Oh,
I
man,
might
you gotta
have played like
Shogun
one of
too.
like the Rome, like way
No,
like years
the rest
ago.
are mostly trash. You
But-
need to get Shogun 2, and then you'll never want to play another game in your life again.
The thing is, like, if I'm gonna buy one at this point, Warhammer 2 just looks really good. The only thing
That's
is it's $60.
Yeah, that's assuming it's also really good. So did the newer Rome game, and then it ended mediocre. Like, they've only really done a really good job with Shogun 2.
It sounds like
Let's
people
be-
who've played it are really enjoying it so far.
We'll see.
And I keep hearing about this Skaven campaign, which sounds great. I want to throw millions of rats at things.
This is gonna sound terrible, but actually, I just want another Space Marine game.
Oh no.
I enjoyed that game, okay? It was so terrible in all the right ways. I loved it. But they'll probably never do it again. But, I don't know. What else is coming out? Or came out really recently.
I don't know.
Who plays video games?
Yeah. Didn't I think Slime Rancher had its official release pretty recently, right?
Oh, yeah, that looks fun.
And it looks very cute, and I
It does.
need it in my life.
Mhm.
I do too. Oh, I do have it in my
Everyone's like, this game is very joyful and happy. I'm like, oh, yeah, all right. 600 copies, please.
Oh no.
Mhm.
It does look pretty good.
Oh, man. I need it. It looks fun. And I believe it's still a free game on Games with Gold for those of you Xbox players. It's a heads up.
Oh, good. I'm not that, so yeah.
I don't know where my Xbox app is. I'm trying to check, but I lost it. It's odd. But yeah,
I just
I don't
want
know, I'm
cute-
looking at Steam new releases, and it's always hard to sort through these, because so many.
yeah. Let's see.
So many games.
While you check that, I will double check. Slime Rancher's still against gold, so.
So cute.
It looks very fun.
Please. I need it in my life.
Oh my god, what? Robocraft came out.
What?
That game's been in early access for years. It came out today.
I didn't know early access games actually come out.
Yeah. This might be the first one.
Early access games? What? I thought, like, it's in the title. The end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh.
That's cool.
Well, I'm probably not going to play Robocraft, because I got enough out of that, but it's out. That's actually really surprising.
Good. How much is it? $60?
Free.
Oh,
Yeah, it's free to play.
alright. I'm doing this.
I mean, I like the concept. You build your own, you craft a robo. You build, like, robot vehicles and battle with them, basically.
So Chrome Hounds, basically. Seems legit. I'm down. I'll try it out. Cool.
Not seeing much else. Oh, what's this? There's something called Yesterday on Steam. This art is beautiful. It's a 3D puzzle game about the philosophy of love and encounter from female's perspective.
Really? Interesting.
The art is so good. And it's like $4. There are no reviews. Oh,
When did
there's
it
4
release?
reviews, but none of them are in English.
Oh, good. Read it to us. What language is it?
I believe they're all in Chinese. I think this is a Chinese game, actually. Triple Tree Studio, settlement game. Publisher, Indie Nova, haven't heard of them. Yeah, I mean, I just like sometimes I like to look through the new releases, and sometimes something kind of nice comes out.
Yeah. I like it.
What else doesn't look like absolute garbage? Oh no, what's this? This looks like garbage. Sobreviva.
What?
Remember
Bless
when we
you.
played that really bad MMO? Because this looks
I don't know what you're talking about.
like that. But
Oh Lord, link it. I need to see this now.
I think it's only like single player. I don't know. Here.
Well, I mean, the other one was pretty much single player too. Let's be real. It didn't even have servers. It was an MMO that was peer to peer. Like, what is going on?
This
Gosh darn it.
Sobreviva.
Sobreviva?
The description is create your weapons and kill they.
Oh my god, it actually looks worse than the one we played.
English language not supported.
Of course not.
Really?
Yeah. Language Portuguese.
Oh my god, what is this? Let's play it! I'm so down, let's do this.
No, I'm not spending $5 on something that I won't be able to read and looks worse than some of the worst games I've ever played.
We can play it for like 10 minutes and then return it.
No. Don't be that guy.
Oh dude, I need to see how terrible this is though.
You don't.
No, you can see it from the screenshots.
I love playing terrible games though, it's so
Buy
fun.
it yourself then. Like, I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Oh my god, it doesn't have multiplayer anyways, you said, so.
It looks like it doesn't. It doesn't mention multiplayer.
It only says single player in the Steam page.
There's like a million visual novels out all the time.
Ew.
Lots of puzzle games, lots of indie platformers.
Ew.
Of VR hunting game.
Ew. What about that?
I figured those would be, like, abundant. Huh.
That is true, actually.
Like a VR on-rails, light gun shooter? I'd be so...
Oh, dude! If they did a House of the Dead overkill, like 2 in VR.
House of the Dead VR, Time Crisis VR.
What's this?
Oh, man. I'd be
Striker's
so down.
Edge. Medieval fantasy meets dodgeball. So there's two sides, and you throw spears at each other like dodgeball, but sharp.
Huh.
It looks like a mobile game, but it looks fun. There's no price on it. It's not actually out yet. It just says coming soon. So I don't know why it's in new releases if it's not out, but yeah, cool.
Gosh
New
darn it.
release to pre-purchase.
Doesn't have pre-purchases, no price.
Man.
New release to being existent,
Yeah.
maybe?
It looks fun. It really looks like a mobile game. I wonder if it is.
Wait, what's it called? I'll look it up right now.
Striker's Edge.
Striker's Edge. PS4? Wait, what is this? It is...
Oh yeah, it's coming soon to Steam and PS4. It's not a mobile game.
PS4, yeah.
Huh.
That's weird.
It would make a good mobile game. It would probably be better on mobile than Steam and PS4, actually. Oh, but it has a Twitch mode.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It becomes even more fun when you play it with the interaction of your Twitch community.
What does that mean?
Oh, that actually sounds great. Start the stream and invite you audience to mess up with your match by choosing modifiers and perks that spice up the gameplay and make the game even more fun for both you and the chat.
That sounds terrible!
That sounds great!
I would be the worst viewer, like saying all the terrible functions to make it break.
Sounds great! I want it!
No. Remember how the Pokemon experience went?
No. What?
You don't remember that? That was like the biggest thing ever about playing Pokemon on Twitch.
Plays Pokemon? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, they got there.
Yeah. How long did it take?
I don't know.
Oh my god! I actually kept coming on and just screwing things up and leaving like at random times. It was great. There's enough assholes in this world that'll make sure the game's gonna be
fun.
a
Like if it's not expensive. I'll maybe pick it up. We'll see.
All right, buy it for me. I'll play with you.
But they have a Reddit.
Can't
That's
imagine.
the kind of place where someone say, "How much is this?"
I can't imagine it would be more than like $10 or $15.
Yeah, it really looks not much.
Like it looks like something I could make in Game Maker Studio in like a week.
No.
Honestly, it really does. Minus the Twitch support, that might take a little bit longer, but still, it's an interesting concept. I actually kind of dig it. Keep your eye on it. You're the one who always tells me everything.
I put it on my Steam wish list, so I don't know.
Sweet.
Let's see. Evil Spirits. Okay, this is a $20 game. It has one review. Oh my god. The icon for this game.
What are you doing?
Let me link this one in Skype too. It's called Evil Spirits. Oh no. Why? Don't you have to pay like $200 to get a game on Steam now? Isn't that the thing?
I don't know, actually. Wow, this looks like it would be really good if it was in the 90s.
It looks... Oh, it's $100. Someone paid $100 to give this to people, and
I mean, there are times where I'm like, I would pay $100 to unleash something on the world.
Yeah, but you have to pay $20 to experience this.
Hey, you sell like 7 copies after all the fees and stuff, you get your $100 back.
It's only review. This is ugly, unfun, and a massive waste of time for all involved. If you are interested in experiencing the awesome effort and skill of this game, check out my vid. Or don't. It is awful. 0.4 hours on record. Cool.
Oh, man.
It's a $20 game.
What does this mean? It says key feature above from the first person. What does that mean? Like, what? I don't understand. The description doesn't match what
Open a borrow history and a bad character. Immerse yourself in the dark side of human nature. The danger is waiting for you behind every tree and stone. You must face not only a dangerous group of bandits, but also with different creatures and evil spirits. Well, I would hope so. That's in the name.
No period at the end of that sentence, by the way.
You don't need those. About bugs. What I saw, I fixed the bugs. If you find them, let me know. Regards. What bugs did you fix, though?
Yeah, what is happening? I don't understand. Alright, let's get it.
Developer and publisher is Exciting Games. This is their only game, though.
Oh my god. Exciting Games.
It's apparently relevant to me because I've played Blood and Bacon. Oh no.
I'm glad all the terrible games are relevant to you because that's all you play. Did you ever beat Bad Rats 2?
No, I never beat Bad Rats 1. I don't plan on it either. Bad game. Very bad game. Minimized 2. This looks like Doom. Oh, it's a direct continuation of the first part. Okay. It's a new
Doom?
experience in graphic minimalism. No, of minimized. One review. It's bad. Not worth it. The soundtrack is nice, but other than that, controls are wanky. It runs bad. You can't put the game into full screen. Feels like a bad ripoff of Doom. Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Where are you finding all these?
I'm just, go to Steam and just hit new releases and browse all of them, and I'm just looking.
Yeah, but I'm finding fun stuff like Cat Quest and...
Oh, Cat Quest looks so good. Cat Quest actually looks great.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm finding. What are you How are you?
Well,
I'm
wait,
telling
no,
you, this is.
don't look at top new releases. Look at all new releases.
Okay, Neo and now Forbidden Zone.
There's a game called Loading. It looks like loading screens. It's 79 cents. It has more reviews than I would have thought. It has 11 reviews and they seem to all be positive.
Dude, there's a DLC for it that's 84 cents called Loading Math version.
Simple minimalist arcade game created to test your ability to recognize proportions. Is this actually a game? I thought it was just a loading screen simulator.
There is an actual game called Loading Screen Simulator. It's free to play. I just found this thing.
Oh, please.
What is happening? And then on the video, it's talking about all of the terrible reviews on Steam in their trailer video. Who did this? It's obviously it's a joke.
Is it?
Cake Eater Games. I mean, if they're linking terrible reviews into their trailer on Steam, I mean.
Oh no.
The game wouldn't load.
I'm on the second page.
I'm done.
There's something called Throne of the Dead.
Oh my god.
It's a
Second
VR
page.
game.
See more all new release. Oh, I see. Okay. Train Sim World.
What is
Seems legit.
this?
Is Train Sim World just like an MMO about trains?
I hope so. Throne
Called
of
the
Dead
Great
looks
Western
bad.
Express.
You've been caught with your pants down, literally. It looks like a VR game where you fight zombies in a bathroom, except then also there's other locations. It's just you just stand there and you just shoot zombies. That's $5, looks bad. Distrust. What's this? This actually kind of doesn't look too bad. What is it?
Stop
Inspired
lying.
by John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
It's an isometric
What is this?
survival adventure game of some sort. Actually kind of looks okay.
Dude.
It's like
Dude.
$10 though. I don't
Dude.
feel like it. What?
Dude!
What?
We need to get Beast Battle Simulator.
What is that?
I
Oh
mean,
my god,
yeah,
wait, I'm looking at. Oh my god, what?
I need this! What is going the giraffes have machine guns on their sides?
The
Gatling
polar
guns!
bear is breathing fire on donkeys.
Dude, this looks great! I need this!
How much?
This
is
looks
this?
like
Oh my
it's
god,
like $9.
Oh man, that's. Is it multiplayer? It's not.
If it isn't, then it's only single. I'm over it. Never mind.
Aw.
That's a missed
Oh,
opportunity.
you don't play as the beasts that battle. You just summon them and watch it.
Oh really?
That's
Oh,
what
I
it
see. I
sounds
got to
like,
that
yeah.
point in the trailer. Lame. I was hoping
Man.
this would be the next Goat Simulator, dude.
This could have been amazing.
Look at the. Why does the T-Rex physics go like this? What's happening? What is that Stegosaurus doing? Did you see that?
No, I didn't actually watch the whole trailer.
Oh my god! Like it started like tap dancing. I don't know what's happening. All right, I can't watch any more of this. The Brontosaurus is just stomped on everybody. T-Rex is breathing fire. Oh my god! Why is there a shotgun on the top of the elephant's head? All right, this is going on my wish list. I might actually buy this.
Oh no.
It looks like it would be something really stupid and fun to stream. Oh, elephants playing soccer. Seems legit.
Don't scream.
It's true. I'm not buying it. But it's in my wish list, though.
Oh no. There's this game coming out called Scum, which is an early access multiplayer survival game. I thought we were past that.
Never.
I feel like we're done. Because we could just sit here looking at bad games forever.
Yeah.
I agree.
What's happening? What's
It's
coming up?
9:35.
What
So.
are we doing?
We've got a crew that's going to be at Crunchyroll Expo / Mag West. Keep an eye out for that. I will be at the...
is those?
That's this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Literally this weekend. I will be at the GameStop Expo on Sunday.
Nice.
Ready to show you guys all those terrible Funko Pops they're going to be
Oh,
hawking.
no.
Not ready.
Great.
And then I think September's kind of dead, which means we'll be able to get through our backlog of reviews and interviews and whatever else we've got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll even have this again in 2 weeks. Who knows?
Maybe. Assuming my internet actually works next time.
Yeah, well, you have like 2 weeks to figure it out.
Maybe.
Make sure to follow us on everything. We got the Facebook, we got the Twitch, we have a Patreon. You can come join us in Discord. It's great.
I keep forgetting we have that, and I really should interact with like the one person.
Is there anybody on there? Actually, I'm curious.
There's like
Ed comes in there and talks.
Does Ed want to talk about video games or
Probably
like
not.
Utada Hikaru? If he only wants to talk about idols, I have very little I can talk to him about.
I can join in. All right, let's do this.
Come Patreon so you can join our Discord. Yeah. And I don't think we should talk about that thing I was just about to talk about. So thanks for watching, and unless anyone else has anything else to add, no, cool, yeah, cool. Yeah. See you in 2 weeks, maybe. Thanks, bye.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Bye.